Hi, so here's another example using regrouping. It can be a little bit, just outside the box when you start thinking about this. It can feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. The more you practice, promise, the better you'll get. It'll start to kind of click. So let's take the pen and we'll pick some numbers. So let's say we start this time, we have 7 and 1/5, and we want to subtract 3 and how about 3/4? Okay, so first things first, right? We look and we say, do they have a common denominator? Well, they don't currently have a common denominator. So what we want to do is find one. And we know how to do that using equivalent fractions, creating an equivalent fraction. So we're going to say, if I count by fives and I count by fours, what's the first thing they'll hit? Well, 5, 10, 15, it's going to be 20, which happens to be 5 times 4. So our new denominator here is 20. Okay, so when we take 5 and we multiply, we used our 4 over 4 diva, we're going to end up with 4 over 20. And we took our 3/4 and we multiply it by 5, our 5 over 5 diva, we end up with 3 times 5 getting us 15. So we have 4/20 and we want to subtract 15/20. All right, let's do it. 4 minus 15, oof, that's where we end up going into negative land. We don't want to be there, so we're going to call our neighbor, right? We're going to call on our whole numbers. So I'm actually going to just rewrite this over here and say currently we have 7 wholes and 4/20, and we want to subtract 3 and 15/20. Okay, so here's our new problem with common denominators. So we come over here and we say, hey, neighbor, please help. We're in a predicament, right? Well, we know, right, to make a whole when we're in fractions, it's going to take our denominator with a full filling, right? So our denominator here is 20, so it's going to take 20/20 to make one whole. So we'll say, all right, I'm going to leave 6 holes over here and bring 1 hole over here. We want to bring 1 hole, but 1 hole has the look of 20/20, right? All of the pieces are all shaded in. There's 20 pieces, they're all colored in. And we're going to add these together. So we say, all right, they have a common denominator, so we can just add straight across. We end up with 6 wholes and 24/20. Cool. So then we say, oh, well, we don't need to do anything down here. We're just going to bring over our 3 and 15/20. And now our 24 is bigger than our 15, so we can just subtract straight down. So when we subtract 24 minus 15, I might count up and say 15, 25 is 10. That's one too many. So I end up with 9. Come on, 9. Come on, pen. Why is the pen not going? 9. Doesn't want to go. 9/20. So we have our all right, so we end up with 9/20. I just created a text box because the pen stopped working. So we subtracted our fractions first. Then we want to say, do we have any holes? 6 minus 3, we do have holes. So 6 minus 3 gets us 3 holes. So our solution is 3 and 9/20. We got to check and say, 9/20, is there anything, any way it can be simplified? And in this case, it can't. So this is our final answer.